Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
From Homestead Media, this is HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth. On today's show, I got a chance to sit down with Principal Mrs. Summers while she reminisced about the past year and discussed her upcoming retirement plans. Then Bella Cook has a story over some of the retiring teachers at Homestead this year. Finally, reporter Taylor Ham will help us say goodbye to all of the graduating seniors in our show. All of that and so much more on today's episode of HHS In-Depth. Homestead. It's Friday, May 23rd, and thank you for joining us today on HHS In-Depth. I'm Mara Nicholson.
And I'm Matthias Arizmendi. And Mara, last week it felt pretty nice outside, but not so much this week.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I felt like last week is a little too hot, this week it's a little too cold, but I wonder with Memorial Day coming up this weekend if it will be good temperatures and feel like summer. Luckily, we have weather reporter Caroline Burns in with us now.
Well, guys, unfortunately, it's not going to feel very much like summer this Memorial Day weekend. The weekend ahead is going to be on the cloudy side, but don't let that stop you from getting outside to celebrate Memorial Day. Today we'll have a high of 62 and a brisk low of 41 overnight. Moving into Saturday, it's going to warm up ever so slightly to a high of 65 with mostly sunny skies, scattered with a few clouds. Sunday is going to look almost identical to Saturday, with highs reaching 66 and cooling off overnight to a low of 48 degrees. However, it is looking like Sunday will be the cloudiest day of the weekend, so if you are in need of a good study session, Sunday might be the perfect day to prep for finals. If you're wondering about Memorial Day or if we'll enter summer and warmth for our last week of school, stick around. I'll be back later on to answer that question. Caroline Burns, HHS In-Depth.
And now we go beyond Homestead.
Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with aggressive prostate cancer. The announcement comes after he reportedly experienced worsening urinary symptoms, which led to a recent medical evaluation. Biden's team says treatment options are currently under review. In the meantime, the former president has expressed gratitude to supporters and is receiving messages of encouragement from leaders on both sides of the political aisle. In news closer to home, a heartbreaking tragedy occurred in Fremont, Ohio last Sunday as a train accident claimed the lives of 2 women and a 5-year-old girl, all from Fort Wayne. A 1-year-old girl was pulled from the river the train was crossing and remains in critical condition. Investigators say the area was marked with no trespassing signs near the railroad bridge. The incident remains under investigation.
Thank you, Matthias, for some news outside the walls of Homestead. Last week, I got the chance to sit down with our principal, Mrs. Summers, who is retiring after decades of dedication to education. Having worked in the district since 1980, she's seen generations of students come and go and helped shape the school as we know it today. As we reflected on this past year, our conversation focused on her incredible career, the impact she's made, and what comes next for her as she prepares to close this chapter.
This was a pretty incredible year in every aspect here at Homestead. So I'm thinking academically in terms of national merit finalists or academic competitions, athletics, sectional, regional, state championships, performing arts, an amazing musical, great success with the band, orchestra, jazz band, show choir, the scholastic competition, the art show that we just saw where everybody could appreciate what our students can create at the potter's wheel or with paint.
And while this year brought plenty of memorable moments, it also brought clarity. clarity that it was the right time to step away.
Well, my husband retired from Woodside 4 years ago, and ever since then we've been looking for a cute little town where you could walk to everything, and last fall we found the dream house in the dream town. So we've been getting the house ready, and it just seemed like the time was right to maybe move up there and start another chapter.
And with their dream home in place, she's ready to enjoy the simple things.
About 5 years ago, after searching for 10 years, I found a baby grand that I had been wanting to have. But ever since I bought it, and I have not had time to hardly play it at all. So I think that's probably the thing that's most exciting for me. I'm looking at the piano and go, oh, I finally get to play it.
Despite all of her years of experience, change can still be scary.
I'm probably feeling like every senior is feeling right now. It's really exciting. It's kind of scary because it's a total life change. I've lived in Fort Wayne almost my whole life, but I'm anticipating how fun it's going to be to have an adventure.
And now Mrs. Summers leaves us with one last piece of advice.
Definitely take time to be very present and enjoy it, because first years out of high school are amazing because you really have more control of your life than you've ever had before, and you've started working towards that lifelong goal. Whatever you dream your future is, you've taken that first step into it. So don't get so busy that you don't enjoy and appreciate all that's happening to you during this just amazing time. It really was an extremely successful year. And to the class of 2025, if we have to leave Homestead, what a great year to have experienced as our last year here.
Thank you, Mrs. Summers, for your years of service in the district. You will be deeply missed, and we wish you all the best in your well-deserved retirement.
Thank you for the story, Mara. Stick around, more HHS In-Depth is coming up next.
This weekend brings Memorial Day. It's a time when many of us look forward to a long-winded break, but at its heart, Memorial Day is a deeply meaningful day. It's when our nation pauses to honor the courageous individuals who made the ultimate sacrifice while serving in our US military. Their selfless commitment to our country ensures the freedoms we hold so dear today. The origins of this day trace back to the aftermath of the Civil War. Initially known as Decoration Day, it was a time for communities to come together and adorn the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers, a gesture of remembrance and respect. Over time, this tradition expanded to encompass all American military personnel who died in service to our nation. So as this Memorial Day weekend unfolds, let's take a moment of quiet reflection. Let's remember the profound cost of our liberty and honor the brave men and women who paid that price. Their sacrifices should never be forgotten.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth.
Graduating seniors, mark your calendars. Diploma pickup will take place on Tuesday, June 17th and Wednesday, June 18th, between the hours of 10:45 a.m. and 2:45 p.m. Pickups will be held at door 33. Graduates, you'll need to bring a photo ID with you in order to receive your diploma. If you are unable to make it, a parent or guardian may pick it up upon your behalf, but they must also present a valid photo ID. Please note, friends are not permitted to pick up diplomas under any circumstances.
Seniors, if you are not planning to participate in this year's graduation ceremony, please make sure to let Mrs. Boniff know no later than May 29th. You can reach her by email at the email address shown here, or by phone at 431-2209. This will ensure your name is removed from the seating chart at graduation.
Students registered for the June 7th SAT. Don't forget, you'll need to bring your own device to take the test. School-issued laptops will not be available for this exam. For device requirements or to request a loaner, visit the website shown below.
Here's a quick reminder from the clinic. If you have any medication stored in the nurse's office, it must be picked up on or before the last day of school. Medications cannot be kept over the summer or saved for the next school year. Please make arrangements to pick them up in time.
Senior M. Organ was named the recipient of the 2025 Mayor's Art Award last month for her role as the Fort Wayne Youth Theater's high school intern. M contributes behind the scenes and on stage, handling everything from social media to set building to costumes and class support. We caught up with M to hear how it feels to be recognized with such an honor.
I've always loved performing in theater, and the organization that I ultimately fell in love with was the Fort Wayne Youth Theater. And I loved it so much that I wanted to intern there for my senior year. This year I was the sole high school intern, so I had a lot on my plate. I would spend hours after school, weekends, summers, breaks, all this time working with them. It's because of all my volunteer efforts that I was nominated by my director and mentor for this award.
If you are a student taking pre-calculus and trigonometry in the upcoming school year, Homestead teacher Mr. Staley and his new tutoring business, Wave Cycle Learning, might be a crucial tool to succeed in class.
I wanted to give some assistance to the pre-calc trig kids, and I think that instead of trying to have individual student hours, I would try to have, I don't know if you could say, a podcast style where I've got subscribers and I'll be online from Monday through Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock, and anybody who subscribes to my service will be able to jump online with me and ask any questions they want to ask. There is a charge, $40 per week to be a subscriber. I will have 2 classes of students, so anyone who is one of my students who wants to be a part of this, they will pay $40 a week, but not to me. They will be paying it to my daughter's memorial fund, the Harlan Youth Center, as a donation. Basically a group tutoring session is what I'm looking at, instead of just an individual one, because you know as well as I do, if you have the question, someone else has the exact same question, and will benefit from hearing it. So hopefully I can get more kids, I can help more kids.
For more information about Wave Cycle Learning, contact Mr. Staley at the email address shown below.
Thank you to all of the classes who participated in the Interact Club Penny War. Because of your generosity, we raised $334 to help fund a mobility cart for someone in need in Malawi. Here are the top 3 classes. Third place goes to Mr. Lyons' class with $24 raised. Second place is Mrs. Witt's class with $68 raised and 86 cents. And in first place, Miss Krupe's class with $88.62. Congratulations to Miss Krupe's class. Enjoy your well-earned treat today.
There's no down to the wire this week, but we want to take a moment to congratulate the boys volleyball team on their big win at sectionals last weekend at Southside. On Saturday, the team took down Huntington North in the morning match, then came back that evening to defeat Heritage in 5 sets in the championship game. They now advance to regionals, where they'll take on Carroll tomorrow at Peru High School. This is the first official year that the Indiana High School Athletic Association is governing boys volleyball, following 2 probationary seasons, so this marks the team's first official sectional title, a huge accomplishment in the program's first IHSAA season. Congratulations to the team and good luck at regionals.
And now it's time to announce this week's Athletes of the Week. This will be the final week that one boy and one girl are nominated by their coaches for outstanding performance, both on and off the field. This week's Athletes of the Week are from Unified Track and Field, the tandem of student athlete Sophia Gast and student partner Kennedy Ringen. And representing boys track and field, congratulations to Braylon Tisdale. Well done, all 3 of you. Please stop by the athletic office to claim your prize.
If you missed the girls' cross-country fall 2025 call-out meeting last night, make sure to stop by Coach Barron's room or Coach Wisser's room to pick up your summer running and meeting information. Please don't wait long to get this information.
As the school year comes to a close, 4 beloved faculty members have officially announced that they are preparing for a very different kind of summer. Retirement. Reporter Bella Cook shares their journey, reflecting on their careers and impact on students throughout their time here at Homestead.
These educators have shaped minds and created lasting memories. Today, we celebrate the impacts they've made. Mr. McRae has inspired students through literature and writing. Mrs. Waite has brought Latin and ancient culture to life. Mrs. Summers has led the school with compassion and vision. And Mrs. Hamilton has guided students with steady support, ensuring success in academics and overseeing our AP program. Together, their dedication has shaped the heart of our school.
This is my 30th year and school counseling.
Every teacher has moments that make the journey worthwhile.
They feel a part of me over the last 30 years of helping students grow as individuals. I've had students that have gone on to prestigious universities, and those are great moments, but I've also had students who have struggled with school, and just to see them get to the finish line and to graduate is probably just as thrilling, because you know that it's important to those young people to get their diploma and be able to move on with their lives.
This is my 34th year, but I've always been in Fort Wayne. I started at Dwenger, and then I was in Fort Wayne Community Schools before I came out here, and I've been here for 21 years.
Behind every great teacher is a collection of moments that define their career. Times when they saw potential realized, challenges overcome, and futures shaped.
You know, when I see a kid finally get it, and it sounds cliche, but it's just seeing that success, they understand it now, that is always a very good feeling.
Though the halls may be a little quieter next year, the legacy that these teachers leave behind will echo for generations. Bella Cook, HHS In-Depth.
Thank you for the story, Bella. Each year on the final episode of HHS In-Depth, we like to take a moment to recognize our seniors and allow them to reflect on their time in the program, what they've done, and how far they've come during their 4 years at Homestead.
I think the thing I'll miss the most from HHS In-Depth is just the people. We were all like a really strong community, and I think everyone liked each other. I think the family aspect is a big part that I'm gonna miss.
I would say my favorite moments are just the ones that are after school or during lunch, where I'm just hanging out with everyone from the class, not necessarily the work part. I mean, that's fun too, but all the extracurricular. The people and the teachers and the relationships I have with everyone, and just hanging around, all the laughs, all the fun moments. I think that's what I'm gonna miss the most.
Mr. Schinkel and Mr. Dunn have been there for me for the past 4 years of my high school career, but they've really helped me grow, not only as a communicator, but also as a person in general, especially like during the formative years of high school. I feel like having them there as a support system really helped me.
This group of seniors has been really awesome. I feel like they've been really dedicated to the craft of all of the production work they've done, from video to audio, graphics. It's been really awesome to see everybody come into their own or be able to create something that has really put this program even further to the future.
I think that it has, helped me get a lot better at anything media related, and I've learned a lot about photography and videography, and in general it's kind of helped me come up with also work on my creativity and coming up with storylines and putting together voice tracks and stuff has all been very useful, and more than just media-wise.
I get more fulfillment and enjoyment out of seeing the kids in our program have that passion to commit to be there after school, to be there on a Friday or Saturday night when they could be doing other fun things with friends and whatnot. The passion it takes to be involved, to do things that you're not getting paid for. It's all about just building your own expertise and drive to know that this is something you want to do for a career, and how much that you commit and give to your high school, and knowing that we're part of something. I think that will be a lifetime of memories that the kids have, that when they think back to high school, some of the stuff that they did in this program is what's going to stand out. And as a teacher, I can't be more happy than that.
And that was HHS In-Depth reporter Taylor Ham with the story. Stick around, more HHS In-Depth is coming up next.
The chillier temperatures are going to continue into our final week of the school year. Memorial Day will unfortunately not warm up from the weekend's cooler temperatures, having a high of 65 with cloudy skies. Tuesday's high will be 63 with partly cloudy skies, lowering to the high 40s overnight. It warms up ever so slightly on Wednesday with a high of 69 and a low of 49 degrees. Finally, for our last day of school, Thursday will warm up to the 70s with a high of 74 and a low of 53. Lots of partly cloudy skies this week, but luckily, it's looking like rain will not be in the forecast. With the start of summer so close, I for one hope that this will be the last of the cool temperatures. Caroline Burns, HHS In-Depth.
Finals week is coming up with exams starting the Tuesday we come back from Memorial Day. But don't stress, I'm here to offer you some advice for your exam preparations. Firstly, before you jump right into your study guides, develop a study plan that outlines what topics you need to cover and when, and sets goals for your sessions. Next, consider forming a study group with classmates to enhance understanding of difficult topics. Thirdly, take care of yourself. Don't underestimate the importance of a healthy lifestyle during your study period. Ask for help. Don't hesitate to reach out to teachers and classmates for clarification or additional resources. Lastly, in the days leading up to the exam, review your notes and key concepts from the entire year. Ensure you're comfortable with everything you've studied. Good luck and happy studying, Spartans. Elena Baker, HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth.
Before we end our show today, this being our final time anchoring, Matthias and I want to say a big thank you to everyone involved in our media journey.
Thank you to our teachers, Mr. Dunn and Mr. Schenkel, for teaching us everything we've learned over the past 4 years.
We would also like to thank the students that have mentored us as far back as our sophomore year.
And thank you to all the staff members who have supported our shows throughout the years and for remembering to turn on your projectors.
While this is our last show, this is not the last show for HHS In-Depth, as the show will return in August.
Be on the lookout on our YouTube channel for this year's bloopers and outtakes from this school year's HHS In-Depth class.
Thank you for watching. Good luck on your finals and have a great summer, Homestead.